Good morning, everyone. We so appreciate all of you that are right here, right now with us in this moment. And whether you're watching online or you are here with us, we want you to know this. We're here to remind you of your magnificence, to help you awake to all the wonder that you are. We long to show you all the joy you're worthy of. We're here to remind you how much you're truly loved. We thank Melissa for joining us today on percussion again, back with us. And David, we're teasing that we're now M&M today. Mailyn and Melissa, how's that? All right. We're going to do the same chant we did last week, so if you were here, and we have the lyrics that will show up in just a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. That again. All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart. And my gratitude goes out to everything near and far. Again, here we go. So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart. And my gratitude goes out for everything near and far. All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. Again, all that I am, all that I see, all that I've been and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all, for it all.
Good morning. I'm Donilyn Watley, and I'm going to be presenting the announcements this morning. Here at Unity on the Avenue, we are a radically inclusive community that welcomes all people, all gender identities, and all relational orientations, wherever you are on your path, including those not on a faith path. You are blessed, you are loved, and you are lovable, and you are welcome here. For more details on our upcoming classes and events, go to our website or check the newsletter. We also welcome you to take photos of the slides. Immediately after the service, there will be a snack and chat. Gather and share. Light refreshments are provided. Our prayer chaplains hold a healing prayer meditation service on the first and third Tuesdays of every month at 6 p.m. They welcome you to the sanctuary on October 19th for a deeply sacred experience. Join us for comedy on the Avenue on October 23rd at 7 p.m. Performers will include Pam Von Nostrum, Erica Thiel, and Rick Finbow. Dr. David will be the MC, and tickets are $25 and available on the website. October is Membership Recommitment Month at Unity on the Avenue. Be sure you are identified as a member and that we have your current contact information. Please visit our website and fill out the membership covenant form if you are called to fully participate in this community, and as well as having a voice in a vote as we move forward. The next Gong Bath is with Greg Wilkins will be on Tuesday, October 26th from 7 to 8 p.m. We are having a safe Halloween celebration for kids on Sunday, October 31st from 4 to 7 p.m. Neighborhood parents will have a safe place to bring their children to show off their costumes and enjoy gifts, games, and treats. To volunteer, please call Stain Talley or Bobby Thompson. On November 7th, immediately following the Sunday services, there will be a spirit expression, celebration, and potluck to celebrate the completion of our study. All are welcome. We welcome you to bring your favorite side dishes. Sign-up sheets will be in the back of the sanctuary. Here at Unity on the Avenue, we are anchored in prayer. Our prayer chaplain today is Opal James. She will lead us with our prayer reading and our statement of faith.
Good morning, everyone. Our prayer today is guidance. In this sacred moment of prayer, we relax, set aside concerns, and experience the presence and the love of the Divine Spirit. What helps us most is knowing that we are going on an inward journey. And as we focus on the presence of God within, love resonates within every human heart and mind as one true light. Whatever seemed so challenging just a few moments ago is manageable and even solvable. In the silence of your soul, God is guiding you with divine understanding, connecting with the loving spirit of others. We open and speak words of love and kindness, giving thanks to Spirit for guidance and understanding and inspiration to create a world in harmony and peace. Our Bible reading will be from Psalms chapter 25, verse 5. Lead me in your truth and teach me, for you are the God of my salvation. For you I will wait all day long. And so it is, and so we are. Amen. Would you now join me in reading the statement of faith? There is one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. This next song that I'm going to do with Melissa, and thank you, Donilyn, for joining us this morning as well, is a song from 3 different movies, but the one that I'm focusing on is Inside Out. If you remember that, it was all the characters of feelings, different feelings that you have. And the main character, when she was looking at some of her past, because she was not feeling very good in this one situation, and she pulled up memories, and that shifted her instantaneously. And so I know David's going to be talking about feelings, and what I want to say is whatever your feelings that you're having, whatever ones you want, pull up a memory that you had that same feeling, and you can pull yourself into that. Here I go, feel better now, feel better now. Here I go, it's better now, feel better now. Do you remember when we fell under? Do you expect me to reason with thunder? I still remember when things were frozen. What seems forever was just a moment. Hurry up, there's no more waiting. We're saving. Feel the light shining in the dark of night. Remember what we forgot. I know it's a long shot, but we're bringing it all back. We're bringing it all back. Feel the light shining in the dark of night. Remember what we forgot. Maybe it's long shot, but we're bringing it all back. We're bringing it all back. Here I go, feel better now, feel better now. Here I go, feel better now, feel better now. I still remember when things were broken, but put together, the cracks are closing. Hurry up, there's no more waiting. We're saving. Feel the light shining in the dark of night. Remember what we forgot. I know it's a long shot, but we're bringing it all back. We're bringing it all back. Feel the light shining in the stars tonight. Remember what we forgot. I know it's a long shot, but we're bringing it all back. We're bringing it all back. Here we are. Here we are. Here we go. Here we go. Feel better now, feel better now. Here we go, feel better now, feel better now.
We're excited to continue our Spirit Expressing program, where we are exploring the book, Ask and It Is Given. Our video this week features Mailyn Faulkner sharing how she co-creates with the divine the life of her dreams.
I first found New Thought in the early 90s. Basically, it taught me to go within and really figure out what I'm here to do. And for me, that is to inspire awakenings through music. I realized that the range of ways that music touches people or styles that touch people is as different as every individual. And so for me, I really want to share music of a wide range and depth so that our congregation wants to be here each week to see what's going to happen next. There are so many varied pieces, and my intention by doing everything from the slides to coordinating with the guest musicians, with the guest speakers, is to have it be seamless on Sundays and to add to the grace of it all so that that too is a part of the inspiration every week. For me, prosperity is about doing just that, giving where you are spiritually fed, and how your life just grows exponentially as you do that. So for me, I consider myself a multifaceted tither. I do it in various ways. Here at Unity on the Avenue, it's everything from supplying batteries for the candles and the sound equipment, supplying sound equipment sometimes when we need it, and actually every week. And also a lot of my time that I spend, I can't keep track of it all, quite honestly. And so a great deal every week is actually donated to further this community and expand it. The thing I love about Unity on the Avenue is not only that I get to co-create with David Goldberg, but that it's for a community that is so accepting and so inclusive and so diverse, and most importantly, growing.
Beautifully said, Mailyn. Thank you. And thank you for your continued gift of music and consciousness. Melissa, we adore you. Donilyn, you are extraordinary. What a beautiful services team. To our chaplain prayer partner this morning, Opal James, it's an honor to be in service with you. To Ken, to Nadal, to everyone who has participated in bringing this service, thank you, thank you, thank you as we co-create on this magnificent day. And yes, for those of you who may be joining us for the first time, or if we haven't had the opportunity to meet personally, my name is Dr. David Goldberg, and it's my great joy to serve as a minister in this beautiful community. And as was shared in the announcements, wherever you are on your journey, you are welcome here. Whatever you have done, whatever you have not done, that is perfect. You are blessed, and we welcome you with open arms. So last week, I did a little bit of Q&A, first of all, around why are we doing Spirit Expressing? Why are we doing a book study? And so it really is to provide people the opportunity, individuals, the opportunity to deepen in your own practice, as well as bring people together in support of this glorious community known as Unity on the Avenue. And I got another question this week that I just love. I love being in contact and asking questions and answering questions with you all. And one of the questions was, Dr. D, why are we studying Esther and Jerry Hicks? Why are we studying the teachings of Abraham? I enjoy it. I understand the teachings of prosperity and abundance, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about somebody who channels different entities or different beings. And my response was that we are humbled and honored that this course was gifted to us from Reverend Dr. Temple Hayes and our colleagues at First Unity Spiritual Campus in St. Petersburg, Florida. They have they've done spirit expressing for decades at their center. They used this this program specifically, so it came to us under the auspices of Unity. And what I would suggest to you is that our founders, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, were all about accepting wisdom wherever it lies, right? So Charles was a very successful businessman when Myrtle engaged in prayer work and started having prayer meetings in their home. And then Charles had some physical issues of his own. He moved into prayer. He continued to explore Eastern traditions and Western traditions, and he himself was healed from his own perspective. So while they identify as, and we identify as, Christianity plus, we accept wisdom wherever it lies. So thank you, everybody, for diving into the work of Ask and It Is Given. And that is, of course, directly from Scripture, right? Ask and it is given, seek and ye shall find. So we're enjoying that work. We have 30 plus people engaging in our online classes. We have people here in the sanctuary with us, and it's just a great joy to be entering into this work around prosperity in abundance in so many different ways. So as we move into the next few chapters then, the groundwork has been so beautifully laid with music and song, we're talking about emotion. And as I was being with how I might amplify the message of prosperity in emotion, prosperity in abundance vis-a-vis emotion, what struck me is I feel the same way about emotion that I feel about religion. There is no wrong religion. There is only misuse of religion. There is no wrong emotion. Whatever we are feeling as spiritual beings having this human experience, none of those emotions are bad or wrong. Now, I don't know about you, but occasionally, as a young person growing up, I got the message directly and indirectly that boys don't cry and we have to be strong and everybody has to be nice and we need to turn the other cheek and it's not polite to... And we got all of these messages, right, that supported us on our journey. But I would invite you to expand that message for yourself. Think about it a little more broadly from the perspective of no emotion is bad. No emotion is negative. So, as we explore then emotions through the lens of prosperity and abundance in the Hickses, I invite you to consider 4 emotions or circumstances, if you will, with me that hopefully we can extrapolate and will be of direct benefit to you as you leave this afternoon through this week and beyond. So the 4 emotions, the 4 circumstances that I invite you to take a look at are, first and foremost, when we are in an emotional state, we have been told on occasion to take a step back, right? Before we respond, before we jump into that. And I'm reminded of the song from the 60s. Anybody were you a fan or are you still a fan of the Supremes? And the great song, Stop in the Name of Love, right? I promise not to burst into song. That's not my wheelhouse. Thank goodness we have these beloveds. I can maybe do the hips, but, an old white guy doing that probably wouldn't be ideal either. So the reason I came to that, we had the opportunity to be on retreat this past week with our amazing chaplain prayer partners. And we had a beloved join us from another church, from another center, who I didn't know, and she certainly added to my growth and expansion. And as part of the conversation, we were working on prayers for ourselves, and we were also working on prayers for a number of the things that people come to us for prayer about. So I was doing a prayer for prosperity for this delightful being who is brand new in my life, and I asked her, I said, how do you identify the divine, right? Because the divine goes by so many names. For some, it's God, or Jesus, or Buddha, or Yahweh, or Allah, or so many different names, Mother Earth. And P.S., whatever your name for the divine is perfect. And this beloved said that her name for the divine, to use her words, in this moment, my word for the divine is love. And so that's what struck me. Stop in the name of love. Stop in the name of God, right? Before you hurt me, before you do something that is unintentional. So, part of what we're going to explore then is 4 opportunities when we're feeling 4 things to just take a step back. So the first one then is hunger. And we were so blessed for those who chose to come and participate during our pet blessing a couple of weeks ago. We had so many beautiful 4-leggeds, and they're humans, and it was just a giant love fest. And I want to again offer our thanks and our gratitude to Penny Ware. Thank you, Miss Penny, who has been doing this for more than 20 years with us and for us. It is your vision that is coming to fruition, and we are so blessed and we are so grateful. And what I was reflecting on as part of the pet blessing is that our animals are very clear when they're hungry, right? If we're talking about the first word. When we say, oh, we wish you could communicate with you, I don't know about you all, but our little guy communicates pretty clearly. And it might be begging, and it might be barking, and it might be jumping, and it might be just those eyes. And when they're hungry, we know. So I invite you into the space of thinking when you are hungry, not necessarily in a food-challenged way, and perhaps that might be part of your experience, but in the broader sense of what are you hungry for spiritually? What are you seeking? Why are you here today? Why are you choosing to participate in this community? What are you hungry for, and what are you choosing to call in? What does that look like, and how might you shift that in your experience? What are you hungry for? The second emotion that I want to explore with you is that of anger. And that's a big one. We're not supposed to be angry. We're not supposed to get mad. We're not supposed to talk about it. We're not supposed to do anything with it. We're supposed to play nice. We're supposed to let it go. Oh my goodness, all of this avoidance of anger is just exhausting. So what if, again, our pets do that really well? We got our little guy when he was 9. He wasn't necessarily abused, but he was definitely neglected. And when we showed up at the pet blessing, he was great with all of the humans. He was awesome with about half of the other dogs. And the other half, he was really not interested in. And he let us know. He would bark, he would snap, he would jump, he would pull away, he would cower. And that's not the beautiful expression that we know. So we continue to be with this and how we can support him in that. And yet, aren't our animals brilliant expressions of being in anger? We know when they're not happy. What would it look like if we embraced our anger? What if instead of, oh no, it's okay, oh no, it's all good, oh well, all is well, what if we said, whatever we're feeling, I'm frustrated. Yes, I am angry. Help me understand, help me work through this. because you see, there's nothing wrong with the anger. The challenge comes with any of our emotions when we try to stuff them down, then they manage to come out sideways. We had dinner with some great friends on Friday night, and they were using a hot pot / pressure cooker. And as part of the evening activities, our cook, our brilliant host, was releasing some of the steam from the hot pot, right? What if we tapped into that mechanism for ourselves, allowing ourselves to release our anger in appropriate ways, to talk about it and to deal with it? So now we're going to take a moment for a brief commercial announcement. I want to share with you that the services team has been working diligently for at least the past 2 months on our Christmas candle lighting services. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be bold, with spoken word, with extraordinary music, with beautiful surroundings. So I invite you to please include us in your holiday plans. 2 p.m. on Christmas Eve, December 24th, kind of falls on the same day every year. And then since we're investing the time and the energy in this beautiful service, we'd love to invite you to join us on Sunday the 26th at noon for our regular service, if that suits you better. So please do that. And so as we were working on that event and those activities and that music, I was once again having Christmas in July, finding myself in the middle of that beautiful story of the miracle of Christmas. And what struck me is, here are Joseph and Mary, ostensibly a relatively young couple. She is 8 months pregnant. And by edict, they have to go to their hometown so they can be counted by the census, the worldwide census that has been proclaimed by Caesar. So they're rule players, they're trying to get along. So Joseph has Mary on the donkey, and they set off on their journey. Now, my friends, this is a 30-day journey. And I can't claim to know what our female friends, colleagues, and loved ones have gone through in childbirth. And I have to think, being 8 months pregnant, going on a 30-day donkey ride wouldn't be the first choice. So they are off on this adventure. So Mary is trusting and doing her thing, having no idea when her child is going to be born, her first child. Joseph is with them, trying to support his wife, riding a donkey for 30 days. And P.S., he gets to walk the journey for 30 days. And the thing that strikes me is the Christ consciousness that appeared as part of both Mary and Joseph. You see, Christ is not Joseph's official name or Jesus's official name or anybody's official name. It is identified as the consciousness as part of the journey. So I am with, at this moment, the Christ consciousness that is Joseph, the Christ consciousness that is Mary, as they step forward into what is theirs to do, and trusting that they will be blessed on their journey. So as we move into that then, with regard to our everyday lives right here and right now, your homework this week, I invite you to be with the Christ consciousness that is you. I invite you to be with Jesus the Christ. And I invite you to be with Suzanne the Christ, and Mailyn the Christ, and Robert the Christ. You see, that is the consciousness that we are identifying. That is the consciousness in which we choose to live and grow and expand. So see how that feels. I'd love to have more conversation about that. Using the Christ as part of your own identity in your meditation and your prayer work this week. So we talked about hunger in the broader possible sense. We talked about anger and sorry? Thank you. Jeez, David. Hunger, anger, loneliness. And so what does that look like for you? Again, I would suggest that Joseph and Mary were lonely as they were leaving their family and their love and everyone and everything they knew. They could choose to be lonely, and they chose to engage on this journey. And what we have all been through this past year, oh my goodness, the opportunity to heighten and magnify loneliness has been extraordinary. For those who are living alone, perhaps even more solitude and more loneliness. For those who are living in a committed relationship, perhaps more distance while being physically close to the person you love. So there is an opportunity for a myriad of misunderstanding and miscommunication while being in the loneliness. And what we know as people on a spiritual path, as people as a part of a tradition that believes in the goodness and the glory of Jesus Christ, of the Christ consciousness, believing in and accepting wisdom wherever it lies, what we know is that while we may be lonely, we are never alone. That is that one power, that one presence, however we identify that. Our friend from earlier this week identified it as love. I think that's perfect because you see the ubiquitous presence that I believe in is bigger than any one name. So based on or in spite of the religion of your training, the religion of your upbringing, if you feel good about using the word God, then by all means. If you feel good about using Mother Earth or Spirit or any other term, that's perfect because you see that one power, that one presence is so much larger than any word that I can put on it. And you've heard me say it before, and I'm sorry, but it just makes me smile. And if your interpretation of the divine is Dr. Seuss, that's awesome. Who am I to say what works and resonates with you and what doesn't? So when you're in that space of loneliness, be with that about what is the nuance? How does that feel for you? Loneliness versus being alone. So we've gotten through 3. We're moving into the 4th experience, and that is? Tired. Yeah. Anybody ever feel tired? So the good news is that's okay. My beloved, who does numerology, continually reinforces that we are the same numbers, and for one of our numbers, it means that we process through our dream state. We don't have to remember it, we don't have to know anything about it, and it's important for us to sleep. So I love that. I think everybody needs somebody in their lives that gives them permission to nap. And again, as part of the past year specifically, we're all going, right, to one degree or another. We're going harder, we're going faster, we're going busier, even when we're at home. There is obviously a real thing called Zoom fatigue. And whether it's 3 meetings or 6 meetings or 10 meetings, it's a thing. And it's now being written about in medical journals that there is something called Zoom dysmorphia, that these beautiful young beings who happen to identify as female in their 20s and 30s are now seeking out plastic surgery at what one doctor called alarming levels, because they're looking at their own picture online 6 hours a day, and they don't like this eyebrow, and they don't like that nostril, and so they're resulting to surgery to have it fixed. So isn't that interesting? So what makes you tired? It really helps if we can identify that. I had a beloved in some courses I took some time ago, And I said, I loved the work, and when I got home, oh my gosh, I was just really tired. And she said, oh, well, I may have contributed to that. I sat next to you for 2 years, and I plugged into your energy. I'm like, dude, not cool. When I'm ready, when that's available, when I can share that, when that is part of my being in service, that's awesome. And for somebody just to snuggle up, either right next to me or, 100 miles away and plug into our energy, that's something we need to be aware of. So is there somebody or something that is draining your energy? We don't have to label it good or bad. It's just something for you to be aware of. So what does that look like, and what does that feel like to you? And what do you need to recharge? I am an extrovert. I love being with people. I love being around people. And I recharge by being alone. That's just what I need to do. When I was in the corporate world, in the nonprofit world, I never understood the people who said, oh, good, the end of the week's here. Let's all go out for drinks and appetizers, and maybe we'll get home at 10 or 11. And I'm like, not so much. I'm going home right now, and I'll see you on Monday. And as soon as I understood that there was nothing wrong with that that's what I needed to do, that's okay. So how do you rejuvenate? And what is your Sabbath, right? So much has been written in spiritual community about the Sabbath and taking a Sabbath day and joining together in Sabbath. And many of us choose to be together in this community and might identify that as Sabbath. And for some, maybe it is more silence and introspective and taking that time. And maybe that's a Tuesday afternoon, you see. And maybe that's a Thursday morning during one of our online classes. So I encourage you to identify what your Sabbath day is, or your Sabbath time, your Sabbath hour, your Sabbath commitment to yourself. And if you're looking for additional resources in that regard, I'm sure many of you know the work of Wayne Muller. And he has a beautiful book on the Sabbath. He also has another great book called How Then Shall We Live, if you want to explore any more of those concepts. So our work today, and my encouragement to you, is to work through, not stop in the name of love, but halt in the name of love. So that is what we're with, you see. And if you walk away with nothing else, please know that you are exactly where you are supposed to be, doing the work that you are supposed to be doing. That, yes, you may want to be in a different place tomorrow. You may want to be calling in someplace different. And I just encourage you to be gentle with yourself. And what if you don't get to say, I don't know anymore? Because you, my friend, are a perfect expression of the divine. And the divine knows. And you have access to the divine. You can plug into the wisdom of the universe at any time that you choose, you see. So perhaps, I will allow you, perhaps it is, I don't know in this moment. And be with not saying, I don't know anymore, because you do. You are whole, you are perfect, you are complete. You are the perfect expression of Christ consciousness showing up as you. Please join me in prayer. How good it is to be in the power, in the goodness, in the glory, in the energy of so many beloved and extraordinary beings, each doing what is right for them, co-creating an extraordinary human existence that serves them, that serves their soul journey, and in turn resonates with the greater good, raising the vibration and raising the energy on the planet. It is good, it is strong, it is powerful, it is nuanced, it is delightful, it is extraordinary, it is divinely inspired and divinely appointed. How can it be anything but good? And I simply say, thank you, Spirit. Thank you for the ability to feel what we feel. Thank you for the ability to harness the contrast of the opposites, to hold on to the cognitive dissonance that says, I am whole, perfect, and complete, and I still get to have this human experience. And how grateful I am to be in a community that allows the human experience. The right, the wrong, the good, the bad, the interesting, the unlabeled, the unknown, as we all ask the questions and step into the answers together. So I bless every emotion known to humankind. Again, reiterating that there is no bad emotion. As the country western song says, if you're going through hell, keep on going. I know that to be true as our human experience, as we learn, as we grow, as we step into our greater yet to be as individuals and as a community. And I continue to call in prosperity and abundance in every aspect of these beloved's delightful lives. And I simply say, thank you, Spirit. All is well. And we anchor this together by saying, and so it is, and so I am, and so we are. How good it is. And speaking of prosperity and abundance, now is that time for us to support where we are spiritually fed, being in that spiritual flow, being in the giving and the receiving. For those who give, as you attend, we are so blessed and so grateful by your gifts and your contributions. For those who give weekly and or monthly, your gifts and tithes are so appreciated, and we do take that responsibility seriously. So we bless you, we thank you, and we humbly remind you that we can't outgive God, and your gifts are always welcome. So please join me as I offer this blessing for the gifts, the tithes that are flowing so freely today. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
Every once in a while, I start losing my smile. I say to myself, what's the deal? What's exactly the point? Getting all out of joint, not liking the way that I feel. Maybe I believe that it's all up to me, at the helm of this boat all alone, till some stormy detail takes the wind from my sail. Remind me of how I've been alone. Oh, relax and let the river flow. Let my life teach me where I need to go. Let your life lead you where you need to go. Let your life teach you what you need to know. Let your life lead you where you need to go. If you're swimming upstream, chasing a dream, make sure that it comes from the heart. If you're lightening the tide of glory and fame, you might just be working too hard. If you're winning the race or swimming in place, still falling further behind, there's a current below that knows where to go. Might carry you to peace of mind. Oh, relax and let the river flow. Let your life
My friends, halt in the name of love. Whenever you are hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, know that God has your back and the universe is always conspiring for your good. So as we have been doing for over a year now, let's rub our hands together to bless the youth of this community and the youth of the world. And now we offer a blessing for the children of our community and the world. You are loved, special, and important. We see you and bless the divine being that you are. Thank you, thank you. And as we move toward our benediction then, just know that if you are interested in connecting with one of our online study groups, Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., Thursday at 10 a.m., you are always welcome. You will not disrupt any flow, and it would be a great joy to welcome you to one or both of those classes. And again, we have all kinds of delicious goodies downstairs for the snack and chat. Thank you, Opal. Thank you, Eustaine. Thank you, Ellen, for taking the lead on that. Please join us to continue the conversation. And now, our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Go in power. Go in peace.